Now to education matters, teachers and education stakeholders have intensified call for an increase in investment in public education and launching a campaign that highlights the deepening crisis facing Nigeria's school system. The Go Public Education Fund initiative comes amid alarming statistics showing that over 18 million out-of-school children and chronic underfunding that threatens the future of the public education. Senior correspondent Sharon Ejason has details in this report.
Teachers, union leaders and education advocates gathered in Lagos to launch the Go Public Fund Education campaign, part of a global movement that began in 2023. The initiative seeks to reverse years of systematic underinvestment in public education.
The increasing participation of non-state actors with profit motive has turned education into a tradable commodity sold to learners who are the customers, thereby denying the less privileged and the disadvantaged and the vulnerable, especially the girl child, children with disability and those living in the rural areas, access to quality education.
Investing in public education is essential, not only for flourishing of our youth, but also for the future of our communities and our nations. In the face of global challenges from economic inequalities, increasing hyperinflation and poverty, conflict, inequality and climate change, and unfortunately government persistent efforts to hand off education and hand over to the private sector, advocating for robust public funding for education cannot be more urgent than now.
Nigeria's budgetary allocation to education consistently falls below international benchmarks, creating a vicious circle of deteriorating infrastructure and declining quality.
Failure by our government to invest sufficiently in public education has created a vacuum and an environment for private providers of education to thrive. We have seen a proliferation of various forms of private providers, ranging from the so-called low-cost private schools, which are actually costly, very costly to parents, to elitist private schools, not accessible to the vast majority.
When you commercialize education, you are not promoting efficiency. You are auctioning the future of the nation to the highest bidder. They tell us there's no money to fund public education. Yet, there's always a bottomless pit of public funds for private luxuries.
Campaign organizers vowed to sustain pressure on government across all states, warning that without immediate action, Nigeria faces the prospect of losing an entire generation to educational neglect. Sharon Ejason, TVC News.